Lights, camera, and action. Welcome to the Historic Hollywood Museum for a very, very special edition of Idle Chat. I'm your host, Susan Anton, coming to you from inside this incredible landmark right here in the heart of Hollywood that for several decades was the home base of legendary makeup artist to the stars, Max Factor. Wow. We are so excited that you have joined us for this heartwarming reunion of the entertainment industry's most beloved stars. Iconic casts from classic television, popular movies, and your favorite music stars will all share their stories and their life and their careers and some memorable moments and maybe, just maybe, a few secrets, and they'll bring us up to date on what they're up to these days. Today, we are kicking things off with some cast members from one of America's most feel-good family sitcoms of all times. What else am I talking about but Happy Days, everybody? This Emmy and Golden Globe multi-award winning show has entertained audiences for over 47 years. Wow. Created by the beloved Gary Marshall, Happy Days has aired continually since its debut in 1974 on ABC's primetime lineup to guarantee its place in television history as a classic. All right, let's take a look.
I owe you all an apology. I behaved dreadfully.
Oh, no, you didn't. Not really.
Look, I got an idea. Why don't we go down to the police station, straighten this whole thing out, then I'll take you all out to dinner. Huh?
Great idea. Someplace with dancing. Marion, save the mambo for me. Let's go. That's her. She gets very impatient. Come, move.
Our thanks to MeTV for supplying that wonderful clip. And as a reminder, Happy Days can see every weekday night on MeTV. So I know you want to check it out. Happy Days, of course, took place in Milwaukee during the 1950s. The decade that produced not only me, but hula hoops, drive-in movies, poodle skirts, and some very strange meals like this one here. Oh my goodness, what is that? It begs the question, what were they thinking? Yep, hard-working moms across America actually made these upside-down Spam pies for their families. Oh, how yummy. Joining us today are some of the stars from Happy Days. The amazing, amazing Marion Ross, Mrs. C. Ooh, I'm so excited. Along with the clean-cut crooner, Potsy Weber, played by Anson Williams. Oh, be still my heart. And a little later on, we'll be joined by some other members of the family just to say hello and check in. All right, here we are. So Marion, you were the matriarch of this incredible show, and you did a lot of cooking, probably not upside-down Spam cakes, but you believed that the family dinner was something that had a lot of appeal for American families.
It was the one time when we were all together, everybody sat down, and I would say to the prop man, and I said, would you make us a pot roast for this show? And because I didn't know anything about cooking, and so he would make a lovely pot roast, because that's what American families had.
Well, and the Cunninghams were just that. We all wanted to sit at the Cunninghams dinner table.
Yes.
And have Mrs. C as our mom, too. And now, Anson.
Yeah.
You actually, you guys have all stayed in touch ever since the show closed down, but you actually hired Marion to be in a movie that you produced with that other guy, Ron Howard, whatever happened to him?
You mean that little director, that unknown director that's done nothing in his life?
I
Ron
know,
Howard?
exactly.
Yeah.
So you cast
well, actually, it wasn't we did not hire Marion, we begged Marion.
Of course.
We were doing this film called
right.
Skyward.
Right.
And we got Susie Grosstrup. Then we thought, okay, now we need the mom of Susie. And Marion was kind enough to join the film and really become a major part of its success.
Now, but I know what's so great is how tight the cast has stayed of Happy Days all of these years later. And I can't even begin to imagine what that final episode might have been like. Can you take me to that night?
Well, first of all, we cried all the time.
Yeah.
Cry all the time. They said, please don't cry. All right, okay, I won't. So
but you are.
so sad for us to have this coming to an end.
Yeah.
Tom Bosley said, can I break camera? And break camera means you're looking at the lens and you're talking to the audience. And he said, I wish us all happy days. It was the final line. It was the final line of the show. And Jerry Paris, the director, said, yes, do that. He broke camera and he brought America into that final moment.
Because we were all
Which was-
crying in our living room.
Yes, which was just, just
So
a very
beautiful.
special, subtle, unusual, yet iconic,
It was
yet
perfect.
forever moment.
A perfect sign-off.
Yeah.
Did you guys steal any memorable items from the set?
No, I don't think so. Although I have many aprons, very interesting aprons that came from
Now,
there.
if I answer that question, I'm going to look like an idiot to America. So, and I'm willing to expose myself for you, Susan.
Oh, well, Anson.
Because
thank you.
yes, I'm going to expose myself.
What did you steal?
I didn't steal. I was offered it and said no. That's how stupid that is. Henry Winkler had I think there were 3 leather jackets. So one he kept, one's in the Smithsonian, and there's this one extra one. Last night, I'm walking by Mickey Gerard, who was a costumer, who I really adored, and he goes, I'll stand up. He goes, Anson, would you like this? It's the 3rd jacket. I go, nah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
Then, and the last one was, oh, you know that jukebox? Would you? I could have
Anson.
bought. I said no.
Yeah.
That's why I'm working so hard today because of my intelligence.
Because of all of that.
My instincts are so right on.
We're going to switch gears a little bit because I'm fascinated by this story. You say that your celebrity of Happy Days actually helped save lives because your uncle?
Wait, it's my second cousin, but I've called him uncle since I was born.
But his last name was Heimlich?
Anson William Heimlich.
No kidding.
No kidding. Well, it's really not my celebrity. Actually, it's Marion's part of it, Gary Marshall's part of it, everyone part of Happiness. Everybody that made that show happen is part of saving lives today.
Oh my gosh.
And very few people know about this. Cutting back, years ago, I fell asleep at the wheel from a hard day of location.
Oh my
I was
gosh,
directing, I was shooting, and I almost killed myself. I didn't, thank God. But he said, Anson, just have cut up lemons. He says, and I said, what are you talking about? He goes, you'll bite into a lemon. He said the citric acid in sour lemon hits the lingual nerve on top of your tongue, and the reflex reaction of the body's adrenaline. Boop, you're up.
Oh, wow.
Nothing in your system. It's like reflex reaction. Going to the doctor. So for years I did that. Then I went into the problem-solving business for products, and he and I created Alert Drops.
Alert.
And all this, and it's for any kind of exhaustion, drowsy driving, workplace, tired mothers, students up all night, without putting all this crap in your system.
Yeah.
You do this. You take Alert Drops.
Oh, really?
Woo! And I just no.
He's alert, Marion.
You want to try it?
Well, sure, I'll try
Just
it.
a little, top of the tongue, little
I can't
squirt.
wait to be more alert than I already am.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh! Yes, that is lemon for sure, folks. Marion, stay clear.
No.
Save yourself.
It will stop tragedies. We've been honored by the U.S. Congress, United States Senate, Parent Magazine. Very hard to get approvals there. They did their own, and they called it Genius Fix of Drowsy Moments. So all I'm saying is, people out there, it's a very important product to stop unnecessary tragedies. Drowsy driving, there's more deaths than medicated and drunk driving combined.
Yeah.
Now, where can you get it?
You can get it at alertdrops.com.
.com.
Alert
There it
Drops.
is.
So anyway, that's all I'm saying. But honestly, what I tell people, if they don't want to buy it, have cut up lemons. I just want to save lives.
It's a
that's
good
all.
thing to know. It's a really good thing to know. Thank you for creating that. And I know that we've got some other members of the cast that want to chime in and say hello. And so we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to check in with some other friends of the Happy Day cast.
Okay.
We'll be right back. There are two members of the Happy Days family who couldn't be with us today, but they still wanted to be a part of this reunion. Henry Winkler, who played, of course, the Fonz, hey, and Don Most, who played Ralph Malph. Try to say that fast. Please welcome one of the most beloved members of the Happy Days family. He's a singer, a great singer, an actor, a director. He's winning awards. Let's welcome Don Most. Hi, Don.
Oh, wow. It is so great to see my gang again and for us to all be together.
So, Don, as the show went on, I know that you and your good friend Anson became quite the comic duo, especially after you became roommates. Tell me about that magic, that charisma that the two of you had.
We're best friends. And obviously, we got along in a fantastic way on the show from the beginning. And at the very beginning, it was more Potsy and Richie. And then, things evolved. Henry, the Fonz became so huge that then they started having me do more and more stuff with Potsy and Ralph and Potsy. And because Richie and Fonzie were getting closer. So it was sort of an evolving process, but we found out pretty quickly that we had great chemistry together. Anson and I, and we had really good timing together. And then when they started putting us in more and more situations, making us roommates, we had a field day. There was an episode there where it was like an odd couple. It was definitely like an odd couple. But Anson and I, to this day, we're working on projects together, and the chemistry is still there. So hopefully we'll be doing something pretty exciting soon.
I have no doubt that you will be doing plenty of things together. But in the meantime, you have gone on to do so many incredible things after Happy Days, singing, directing, producing, but also you've got an album out. And you're up for this nomination, this award, and you tell us all about what you're doing these days.
Well, right now I'm getting ready to go down to a film festival in Orlando because I have a film called Lost Heart that's on Amazon Prime. And it's been nominated for all kinds of awards at this festival in Orlando. So I'm going down there because I got nominated for Best Supporting Actor, which I'm very grateful for. I just came back from the Czech Republic. I was doing a movie shooting in this castle 3.5 hours from Prague, and I play a king, and it was a blast. I have a CD out called D Most, Mostly Swinging, with a great big band. And as you alluded to, I love that kind of feel of Darren could do it as good as any of them. I saw Darren at the Copa when I was 18 in New York. And yes, he was a big influence on me, as was Sinatra and all of the greats.
Well, if you get a chance to ever see Don live, like Anson was saying, standing ovation after standing ovation. So be sure to check him out. He's a wonderful singer and entertainer. But
Yes.
Well, I think we need to get to this other member of your cast who wants to join in and say hi to everybody. I mean, the iconic, the one, the only, Fonz himself, everybody, Henry Winkler. So hi, Henry. Hi,
Susan, what a pleasure it is to see you again. You look wonderful, and I'm very happy to be here to chat with you.
Look at you, so cute in your pink sweater. Do you want to say hi to the gang?
Marion Ross, I love you deeply. Anson, I send so many hugs. I hope you have the most wonderful time. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're thrilled to have you.
Yes.
Now, I've been reading about it, and I understand that when you went into audition for the part of Fonzie, you weren't exactly the type that Gary Marshall had in mind for the part. So share with us some of the elements that you pulled together in that creative brain of yours that helped you become the Fonz.
I never thought of convincing them. I just thought, when I was in drama school, I had an incredible acting teacher. His name was Bobby Lewis. And he said to us, your job is to get the job. Then once you get the job, your job then is to create the character. But you get that job. So I walked in, everybody who was auditioning that was sitting in the green room at that time was on television. They were all famous. I had just arrived 2 weeks ago from New York. I walked into the room and I don't know what it was. I just decided I changed my voice and I started talking to everybody like this. And it just unlocked my imagination. And I was finished. I had 6 lines. I threw the script up in the air. I sauntered out of the room. And on my birthday, when my money ran out and I had to go back to New York City, they called, and Tom Miller, rest his soul, was one of the three, the triumvirate of producers, called and said, "You want to play this role?"
Wow. And the rest is history. Now,
Wow.
the Fonz obviously caught on. So tell me how that impacted your life when you went out to, when you started to go out in public. When did you first realize that Fonzie was a big deal?
I made my first appearance in Little Rock, Arkansas. They paid me $1,000 to come there on a Saturday to sign autographs for the newspaper in the mall, at the mall. So I take the red eye after we shoot Friday night, after we shoot Happy Days. We wrapped, or they wrapped me so I could grab my plane. I fly to Little Rock. We arrived like at 3 in the morning. The red eye. I get off the plane and there are 3,000 people, and they are wearing poodle skirts and leather jackets, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm disturbing somebody's party. And they said, no, this is for you. And that's when I knew, oh, we must be doing something right on stage 19.
You sure were doing something right. And over these 50 years, you've done so much more. Acting, writing, directing, producing, but you won an Emmy for your incredible work on Barry on HBO. But I know you're really, really proud of all of the children's books that you've written. Tell us about the latest one.
Alan Berger, who was a manager at a firm, said to me, "Why don't you write children's books about your dyslexia?" I said, "Because I'm dyslexic, because I was told I was stupid." He said, "I'm going to introduce you to Lynn Oliver." We had lunch, and out of that lunch came 36 novels.
Oh, wow.
And the latest is Alien Superstar. I'm so glad you asked me. It comes out October 5, and it is the story of a 13-year-old alien who lands on the back lot of Universal Studios. I mean, who's going to question a rocket ship on the back lot of Universal Studios? And he gets a job, I don't know how, on a sitcom as an alien because he's got the costume.
Well, thank you, Henry, for sharing some time with us.
It is a pleasure, Susan.
You know, the two of you had quite the flirtation.
Oh, we did.
And you pulled a prank on everybody. Tell us all about that.
Well, I don't know, but the Fonz and I were very close.
Rumor has it that you guys decided to fool everybody, and he put you in a big dip and gave you a big kiss, and you shocked everybody, and they were in hysterics.
Well,
Oh, that was like one of those outtakes.
Well, okay, we're going to jump over to the man that played your husband, Tom Bosley.
Yes.
The two of you had really wonderful chemistry together, Howard Cunningham, and you came out with a memoir in 2018 titled My Days, Happy and Otherwise, that revealed that perhaps that relationship was a little bit complicated. Tell us about it.
you know, I was divorced, and it was comfort to be divorced. And now, all of a sudden, I'm married to Tom Bosley.
Oh, really?
So it was just changed my life because there, all of a sudden, I'm married again.
Uh-huh.
It's something. Once you've given that up, you don't want it again.
Oh, that's fascinating.
But he's such a brilliant guy.
Yeah, that's a good secret. I'm going to get a few more from you on our break here because we're going to cut to commercial, and then we're going to come back, and I don't know, maybe I could get Anson to sing something. I mean, Patsy Weber was a crooner. All right, we'll be right back. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's time for us to wrap this up. I can't believe how fast it all went. I want to thank Marion Ross, Anson Williams for joining us, of course, Henry Winkler, Don Most, everybody for making this an incredible Idol Chat. Happy days forever. But we cannot leave the show without hearing from our little crooner here, Patsy Weber. So I'm going to sign off and say, do good, be good, and in the meantime, I think we need a little splish splash.
You mean? Splish splash, I was taking a bath, long about a Saturday night. Rub-a-dub, just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright.
Splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was a party going on? They